Hello, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy other holidays if you're celebrating holidays that aren't those two, and Happy Snow Time. Happy Snow Time. Today's the first day that we've got that gorgeous little, nicely displayed crispy tree. Crispy Christmas. Crispy winter tree. No, seriously, this is December 10th? 11th now? Wait. I guess there was an update on December 10th. It absolutely said December 10th. Wow. Wow. Yeah, so this is the first day that I've noticed the snow being on the ground like this. Let's get on in there. I was pretty much immediately consumed by the desire to make a video of it. I said I wanted to work today. Like I wanted to do stuff, but I didn't want to get right to hard work. I don't know. I finished classes a few weeks ago and I've been just kind of like, I'm not quite back on the hard work horse. But one thing I did was I recorded my 20 games of 2020 a few days ago, and that is going to be a treat for you all when it comes out. That's going to be a 4-part series. I'm really excited. The issue is I wanted to do some video editing and making stuff today, but I wanted to actually finish what I was working on, so I will not be doing that. That's going to take a long time. Once I get all of the material that I need for it, I will be able to produce them relatively quickly, and I think it will go very nicely. I would say expect the first video sometime next week. If not next week, then just look for like the end of, around Christmas time, heading to New Year's. I'll start dropping videos as I make them. It's me chronicling my 20 new games that I played this year, 20 games that I'd never played before, and talking about them. It was really something special. But I wanted to make a video and have it be done today, so here I am. I don't have any big news. Seasonal topics are pretty big. It's one of those, once a season things. If you do venture out into the cold, check the ground for snowballs. Give them a push. Keep rolling them up, and once they get big enough, you can stick 2 together and make a snow boy. A whole parade of snow boys. Well, I haven't made a snow boy in this game. So I have seen winter. I had to time travel to February in order to move Sprinkle out, which was kind of, something. But, oh wow, yeah, it felt really surreal when I was there, and it feels really surreal now. Look at this. So the trees are just, they're just ice leaves. They're just snow leaves. Look at them. This is amazing. Oh, I was saying, so for the first 10 days of December, it was really not my thing. Oh, it's so clear out. Wow. This is really, really pleasant. For the first few days of December, it was like mud. It was like brown trees and poopy grass, and then also cloudy and snowing. So it was like cold, but it wasn't pretty like this. The house is covered in snow, like a thick blanket. One that's cold and wet. As I battle the bitter cold. Sam sent me this because the bitter cold is the name of the main villainous force in Mystery Dungeon Gates to Infinity. It's a very abstract concept. Oh, M for me. Oh, here we are. Here we are. So here's a snowflake. I thought I had seen these when I was traveling. I think I actually have one from the past or the future past that I went to. Oh, this is awesome. Yeah, I really, really liked the maple leaves and I really liked the cherry blossom petals, so I subscribed to this. Looking back, the summer had just about nothing going on. What's going on, Muffy? I do like... Was I? Pretty sure last time we talked, you went on and on about how much you wanted it. But I make that up. Ooh, feels good to help out a friend, Nightshade? Well, I am collecting candles, as you'll see in my video. I was in my little study that I'm making. It was very, very candlelit. Thanks. Yeah, so as you might notice, this is the Honey Cove video, but I'm not Emma. I'm my little Layla. I am my little Layla character. I've got almost 200 hours with this character, and Lisa paid off all my debts, so I don't have any. Well, actually, no. She paid off enough such that I can have a full house. So I have a whole house, but I still have. I was given 2 million bells to accomplish that, and now I owe 2 million bells for nothing. Basically, once I finish this, I'll get nothing. Oh my god, this is a setting you'll really appreciate in the future. This is the setting of the entire 20 games of 2020. So let's see. There's the wall candle and the sitting candle. Yeah, it's another one of these. Unless I can customize the candle, I'm not gonna put it out yet. I also can't do anything with this. Did I buy this for myself? Oh yeah, I've been wearing this. I'll put it away. So yeah, you know, I played a lot of this game when it first came out and stuff. A lot of people did. It was kind of a phenomenon if you were there. I really just played far too much of it though, and I got to a point where like I had a hard time playing with this character. So much happened so fast during such an intense time that by the summer I opened up her and I was like, what am I doing here? The only way I could really ground myself with New Horizons was playing Emma, so making the videos was fun. But I think I mentioned like I had a few phases where I played a whole lot and it was really, really nice. Yeah. I have sold a lot of my things, not all of my things, as you can tell, but I really downgraded. I'm not an item hoarder anymore. I don't have like every single gift that my friends gave me back in the day anymore, and it's been easier. I have less going on now with her. There's less like tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of items and gifts and stuff to process, so I am reconnecting, and I'm glad to have rebranded this little series so that I can use her, because it's fun. It's nice. You're naked. All right, no, this is it's a dress. It's just how it is. Oh, you know what I could do is like tall socks or leggings. Yeah, that's better. You know, for all the times that I want to be wearing, oh, that's cute. I don't know how much the lacy and the hoodie go together, but let's try this. Oh, that's different. I don't know what like the lacy ribbon and the hoodie, but I like where you're headed. I really like my hat and my glasses, but I've had enough of them. I've had a lot of them. I really liked them though. I guess I don't have that much else for my head, or maybe it's all down here. Yeah, it is. But an emphasis on the casual with minor nice details. Oh. My hat selection's a little bit wacky. I don't know what I want to do. There's always this. There's always this. I think Natalie is with me. If she's not, then I'm sorry. No, I liked where I was headed. I just didn't arrive there. We'll see if I can find self-fulfillment at Able Sisters. I look very naked, don't I? With my head. Oh goodness. Happy holidays! I just moved back home for like a few weeks. That's whack. That's really whack. My house was really empty. It's a big ol' empty house. It's a lot quieter than my apartment. My apartment's very loud. Oh my goodness, this is so nice. I've got the most stressful Celeste music playing in my ear. Let me skip this. I have my ear so close to the mic. I wonder if you were hearing it. Alright. Alright. Ooh, that's I gave Rosie one of these plaid coats and she's become very comfortable in it. I hope she's staying warm. I've been saying I hope that the villagers have I hope the clothes have little things programmed into them to make them winter clothes versus like not winter clothes, so everybody knows to wear their warm stuff I gave them this time of year. I don't want to see anybody cold. Apparently these giant ribbons are trends with like literally like preschool girls right now. Like my mom's a preschool teacher and she was talking about it. Like, oh, you know how the ribbons are? And I'm like, no, I don't know the trends of 4-year-olds. I don't require myself to know that the way that you do. It's kind of funny, you know? Giant ribbons. It's like what you expect a little kid to wear, but it's not how I actually picture them dressing. Not that I can really make statements about the agency of 4-year-olds to control their own trends. I think she's just younger than that, like 3-year-olds. This is something, and I'm accepting it. I probably already had the orange one, but I can only picture the yellow one. I might have had it and got rid of it. Yeah, there's more snow out here at home than there was at me apartment. So I'm feeling a bit more holly and jolly. Wow, look at this. It's tipped in snow. I guess we'll get the winter weeds. Here we go. So they haven't sprouted their lights and ornaments yet. I'm pretty excited for the ornament feature. Like shaking ornaments down seems extremely up my alley. Oh, these look good now. This area looks great now. Proud of that. I spent a lot of time down simplifying things. I don't know if this looked like this last time I was here, last time recording. Probably didn't. I really simplified a lot of this out here. I just really had a design philosophy change. There's a little sea angel keeping track of us all now, watching us. The lucky owner of a free bottle. Infused water dispenser. I can kind of picture what that looks like. Oh wow, you are a really crisp, snowy palm tree. You are so pretty. Okay, you're spewing. You're spewing. Well, this is kind of a funny image, huh? Let me, no. Yeah, I like above. I don't have much freedom, do I? Now we can't tell it's a palm tree. This is something. This evokes something. Let me try the other palm tree. Maybe it's more photogenic. Oh, I've been starting a colony of cosmos over here. I really simplified where I wanted the cosmos to be. I think I want less types of flower per region so that I get less sick of the different flowers. And yeah, I made a big change with the trees. I decided that I only want palm trees out here. When I show you the other beaches, it might look different. Because I used to have a whole lot of palm trees everywhere on all the beaches, but I realized I wasn't really like appreciating them. They were just kind of background noise. Oh no, hold on, I want to display you. There's a big difference, you know? Oh, this is cute. I like the coconuts. So yeah, this is the only place with palm trees, Rosie's Beach. This is the only place that has bamboo. I figured I'd just simplify things. Look at you! You're so crisp and blue. You're very light colored. I'm pretty distracted. Here we go. This is nice. This is the Christmas card. Where does one stand when they're standing next to a palm tree for a palm tree themed photo? What does one emote? Oh, now it's kind of like my Santa hat, eh? Layla Claus. This isn't bad. That's kind of not what I meant to do, but that's funny. Ah. This is funny. It doesn't translate all that well. I'm probably gonna do the waving for like every single title card now. Now, what good is the title card if you have to spend like 5 minutes of your video seeing the making of the title card? I guess now that I say that, it's kind of appealing to see the title card get made, but it's not exactly previewing anything, it's just previewing itself. There you are, Nutlet, and looking fabulous as ever, I see. My dear, isn't this weather divine? I tell you, clear skies like this make me feel like anything is possible. Yeah, the blue is really doing it for me too. It is very, oh my god, there's not a cloud in the sky, it is crisp again. Crisp again. Yes, I ignore Libelle pretty much every time now. At first it was like, I'm not gonna feel pressured to go talk to her, but now it's like, I never talk to her. I don't know, I guess I'm not usually in the mood. Like, I'm not usually looking for stuff to do that badly. Or maybe I just had a bad experience. I think she told me I wasn't goth enough, actually, so... I went all out and she said it wasn't goth enough. And I'm like, lady, you're probably right. I just felt excluded. Hello, Anka. Yeah. Day ends as fast as it possibly can out here this time of year. I don't appreciate it. It's already trying to end. The sun is setting and I'm like, oh, I'll keep an eye on you. It's like, oh, okay, you can't set. It's only 3:40. It's 3:40. The solstice can't come fast enough. I don't have any classes until February, which is really sexy, and even that semester is my last semester at college, so even that itself sounds a bit like a cakewalk compared to the rest of adulthood. But the light, man, I need the light back. I need the sun back longer. You already knew that about me, probably. You can learn a great deal about someone by looking at their home, don't you think? The knickknacks, they say so much. Why, it says Anka has fabulous tastes. It also says Anka has been entombed. Your home is a pyramid tomb. Now you look comfy. Yes, I am. Yeah, so on Thanksgiving... on Thanksgiving, I got to play Animal Crossing on just about the nicest TV in the world. I played it on the biggest TV at Sam's house. Oh my god, and I had to get all the stuff. I was just feeling like being Franklin's little ingredient stooge, so I dove and I dove and I dove. I got so many sea creatures. It took me wicked long because I wasn't utilizing the trade sequence right. I got some pretty things. That the Venus girl in there is cool. I find the lobster funny. It's funny to me that he's still like sitting out here breathing air for like after a month since Thanksgiving. It's just like our little creature parade. Hello, Rosie. I'm really taking it all in. This is really nice. I noticed this earlier. We've got festive, holly jolly, Christmassy nook. I just think this looks good. I just think they really got a good design here with the apple trees. And the snoo. Hello, Pika. Oh, what? Guess what? I've got something here for you. I thought maybe you could use a rat in armchair. You might be right. You might be right. Oh, well, I feel like that was in your house. I feel like I was in your house and I didn't want you to have that. I don't feel very strongly about that item, but thank you. You look good. A little bear cub. Yo! Yeah. Yeah, stop talking. Literally any other topic would be good now. Pashmina is not home. Pashmina's not home. Rosie's singing. Well, she's getting ready to sing. She spends a lot of time in the pre-singing state. Oh, we still have the pumpkin carriage from Halloween. I'm gonna wheel that guy away. I'm gonna send this back to Jack Halloween. Just bear with me. Speaking of spooky in December, I played the creepy part of Undertale entirely. That was less than a week ago. That was Saturday. My loving roommates Sam and Liz played Undertale with me this year. It was really great. I'd never ever played it. I'm 22, not just 20. I'm 22, and it's 2020, and I haven't played Undertale. And I had a really nice time with it. It was really, really eye-opening, and gave me a lot of, I think, closure or progress. Anka, we're moving. I have to move this. It gave me a lot of good feelings about why I was getting sick of RPGs and what RPGs could still be to me. So I feel a little less violent about the series. I'm less inclined to like say mean things about them. I kind of get it now. Okay, guys, we have to move. We have to move Jack's carriage. But what I did not know, and okay, intense Undertale and Deltarune spoilers start here. I have to get them out of my chest. I'll give you a time link for when they're done if you don't want like a lot of Undertale spoilers. So I started okay, so actually I stopped for the night. I was doing a pacifist run. I really appreciate the pacifist route. I stopped for the night having to fight Asgore, and it really made me sad. I was really bummed. I didn't realize that I didn't have to kill Asgore, but just having to use the fight mechanic was like, oh boy. So that was really tough. So I picked the game up. I picked the game back up Saturday. I beat Asgore. I really rallied myself to do it, and he's fine. And then Flowey murders him. So that was, you know, that kind of stuff happens all the time. And then Flowey becomes a fell god. That sequence overwhelmed me in so many ways. It was so creepy. I think it's called Photoshop Flowey or something. Oh my god. I just have to get this all out now because I promised Sam and Liz that I wouldn't like hyperfixate on the stuff that like freaked me out about Undertale, because that's not a good thing to do when something freaks you out, I don't think. But I have to express how spooky my December has been. In addition to very nice, I've really, really enjoyed Undertale and Deltarune. But let me just tell you how scary it was. So Photoshop Flowey is a demon catastrophe, and I've started trying to wrap my head around it, and I quite like Flowey. Everything after the whole transformation and like the freaky face, his freaky face. Oh my god, like the rotating screen with the freaky face. I don't like that. I don't like it. It's so scary to me. It was all so, this isn't where Jack lives. I need to, I forgot, this is Anka's beach. I have to get this to where Jack lives. Anyhow, Flowey's so fucking scary. But I've come to appreciate him on like a meta level, and I'll talk about that a bit. I had no issue at all with Asriel. Once I figured out what was going on with him, I was like, okay, that's really cool. I realized the genocide route is even scarier and stuff, and goes into Flowey and stuff, but I talked about it a bunch with Sam and Liz, and I think that Flowey is neat. I think that the idea of determination without a soul is really neat, because I think to me, it was really cool what was being said, especially when he was in like Asriel form, or when he was like save scumming to beat you. It really felt like you were like fighting like a shitty game player. I thought that was really cool. But then after that, we had to go to the old lab, which I did not know was a thing, and it was so scary for me. It was just really, really scary. It was just unsettling. It was just so spooky, and I didn't know it was coming. This is all the same day, mind you, and I'd seen nothing too freaky before this, so I was really taken aback. And then at the end of that, after getting through that whole spooky lab with all the spooky failed experiments and stuff, they mentioned Gaster. And I haven't been the same since. I had freaky Photoshop Flowey, all of the scary like amalgamations in the lab, and then Gaster dropped on me all in the same sitting, and I said, okay, I need to take a breather. Oh gosh, we're hitting traffic. Oh my god, Gaster is so creepy. He's so creepy, and I have to stop thinking about him. I just keep thinking about him. I have thoughts. I've seen all the Gaster stuff. I probably shouldn't have. Are you guys talking? I don't want to tell you about Gaster. He's so freaky. So my thought has been, we talked about Sans. I saw the Sans fight. That was really cool. If Sans knew people who knew, I feel like I'm being watched as I say this. Oh my god. If Sans knew people who knew that the game of Undertale could be reset, I think that he's referring to working with Gaster. Do not tell me your own theories about this. I don't care. This is just for me. I think that Gaster figured out something about Undertale being a video game, and Flowey was a part of why he's gone. I think that Flowey destroyed him because Flowey has power over the video game, and he did not want people knowing that he was able to, mess with that as a game with his god powers. So I think that Flowey got rid of Gaster, and that's why Gaster is trapped, like, between the worlds, and is so fucking scary to me. Yeah. And, I think that Sans knew Gaster, but I think that, I had a theory that I'm not backing up as much anymore. I think I have to move this sign if we're going to cross the bridge. Well, actually, I think I need to move the whole pumpkin. So let me just do that. I had a theory that Alphys, this does get into, like, okay, a lot of what we were told is a lie, but I have a theory that Alphys was one of the 3 scientists, because we only know 3 scientists. And what Flowey did was Flowey messed with the history, right? Wipes Gaster from existence to the best of his ability. I didn't want those pop-ups. I'm sorry, Sam, I've outed you. Tried to wipe Gaster out of existence. I can keep your light on. Wiped Alphys's memories, right? So Alphys is able to keep being the real scientist, but doesn't know that she was involved in the experiments that helps them realize that Undertale was a video game. Or whatever, and attempted to probably destroy and wipe the memories of Sans, but failed, and that's why he's depressed and has a picture of 3 people in his basement, because he was on a 3-person team that figured out too much about the game and got erased. That's my theory. I don't really care how airtight it is. But I found out about, it's probably Gaster and Kara. Kara's freaky too. Probably Gaster and Kara talking to you when you start Deltarune. Deltarune I feel much more warm about. I think the town's kind of spooky, but I feel very warmly about Deltarune. I feel very warmly about Undertale, but it also scares me. We've just about arrived, haven't we? Yeah, so I think Gaster is fine. I think Gaster is probably gonna show up in Deltarune or something. I think he's, like, trapped in the world between Deltarune and Undertale, because I think Sans also has connections between both games. I think they're the only people. That's just what I think. I moved the pumpkin. That's great. That's really great. I guess that's all that I was thinking. Yeah, I think I figured it out. I think it's cool how Undertale allows itself to be, like, bigger than itself, or kind of imposes this sort of, like, way of talking about, like, the world beyond itself. It's cool. It's freaky as the issue. It stuck with me. It's freaky. But I was very enraptured by that. And Chris's disturbing bit at the end of Deltarune really disturbed me, but I think less. I think that Chris is a nobody. I think that Chris turns blue in the Dark World because Chris is going to go on a journey to get his own personality and a blue heart or blue soul, right? We, the player, the thing that we made, the custom character, is going to become our character later on. It's going to be red. We're going to have our own body. People are going to be like, wow, you were possessing Chris? Like, yeah, sorry, I was playing a video game. I think Gaster told me, or Kara specifically told me I had to be Chris. I think it's a commentary on making, half-made player insert characters. I think Chris is, like, a disturbed, soulless kind of nobody, like, in Kingdom Hearts terms, because he was left half-made to be a self-insert kind of character, like an RPG. So I think Toby Fox is going to give us a treat and let Chris become a full person. But I was so sad seeing, like, disturbed Chris at the end. Oh my god, it's too much. It's too much. It's too much for Christmas. Now I'm parking my jack-o'-lantern, and I'm moving on. I'm not going to talk about Gaster anymore. Goodbye. Now that I've permanently trapped Gaster in my YouTube channel, I can just revisit how spooked I was about the spooky Undertale stuff. It's fine, I don't like creepy stuff. I really don't like creepy stuff at all. But I like Toby Fox a lot. I have only good things to say about Undertale. In addition to its ability to scare me. No, I just think Toby Fox used witch magic. Oh my god, I'm kicking it! I just think Toby Fox is so in touch with his emotions that this is such a funny, accurate new way to do this. I think he's just so in touch with emotions that he's able to use really scary emotions in order to like tell certain, morals, to moralize and like tell his stories. And I think that's really cool. I personally just, if I were making that game, I'm just less into spooky media, so I wouldn't use such spooky means to do things, and I wouldn't hide a scary character in my game, But we're not the same person, and I really love what he was doing. Yeah, no, it's a bit of a shame that most of what I'm thinking of, like the weeks after Undertale, is like the parts that kind of scared me. I think I'm gonna revisit Deltarune and not be scared by it, but that'll be next year. This snowball movement is so cool. They really finally made it feel good. Because back in the day, you would just like kick it into the river so easily. I'm gonna try to I wonder if I can push it up here. It's funny I dedicated like 10 minutes to pushing the cart when I'm gonna end up pushing snowballs probably. Okay, can we do it? Is it too heavy? Okay, no, we got it. But was it getting bigger as we went up? I don't really have like a dirt patch or anything to make it smaller in. Oh wow, this is really pretty. Sucker! You look so comfy out here! You got your soup? Hey chef, I like running into you. I was just thinking about you. Thinking about seeing your face, your big old adorable round head. Hey, what do you need? I saw a cloud that looked like yummy. Butterfly, flaky, nummy, flaky, buttery, yum yum croissant. I wish I hadn't been so hungry when I looked at that cloud. So I think there's gonna be another snowball somewhere around here. It's getting dirty up there. You can get some really good jumps here. I don't know if I've ever done them on like recordings, but you can get some pretty funny jumps around here. This is like the jumping rock. Wow, the water is so freaking pretty right now, huh? Let me expand water. Oh, I need to be beneath it. Okay, I'm gonna get an angle on this thing. Maybe I'll be right on it. Water can. Not too bad. I thought I could get a better zoom. What else have I been doing? Oh, I wanted to play Kirby's Epic Yarn, but I forgot my power brick from my Wii U at school, my apartment that's near my college. Yeah, that got thrown in. So I'm fine. I wasn't like super into the idea of like having a ton of consoles at home. I'm fine with my Switch and my 3DS mostly. But what it did do is I ended up playing Star Allies a bit more last night, and it was really fun. I think I was starting to embrace its Star Allies-ishness a bit more. I realized you can start and stop a whole bunch of guest star runs, so I did like a Biospark run for a bit. Sephiroth got added to Smash while I was doing this, so I did like Biospark, Cutter, and Meta Knight. I just like kept picking up like really edgy characters, and I'm like, I guess Sephiroth is here. I'm kind of mad about Sephiroth. Not to complain about Sephiroth, but I don't know. At this point, I think this was another one of those moments where I'm really just kind of moving on from Smash, because I really love Sakurai. I always will love Sakurai, and I think that's why I liked Smash so much back in the day, and why it was so formative. But let me get some water before I get into my high horse. Sakurai, critiquing water. I am heavily borrowing the ideas of my dear friend Liz here, but we were talking about, like, what if we made, like, what about, like, a Nintendo cart, right? What if we expanded the cast of Mario to have characters from all different kinds of series? And she was like, no. And I'm like, wow, why? And she was like, I just don't want random Fire Emblem characters in Mario Kart. And stick with me, this is not an argument I've seen before. Her reasoning is just that there's a huge disparity in, like, what actually these games are that are getting included in stuff like Smash and what the target audience actually is. The thesis is, stop advertising M-rated games to children. I'm not going to say it's as bad as stuff like Fortnite with advertising, like, you know, violence and gambling to kids. But why is Persona referenced in Smash? Nintendo's not a part of Persona. Like, oh, sorry, you have your spin-offs. I'm sorry. They ported spin-offs to you. I'm sorry. You're advertising an M-rated game on PlayStation. Oh my god, this is so actually kind of, that's what Zucker has. You're advertising an M-rated PlayStation game to kids. Millions of them. Lots of them. Tens of millions of them. I'm just very, I get what she means. There's two ways to go with this. There's one which is, I just don't want, like, you know, she would say, like, I don't want my little brother seeing, like, Ike and going and buying, like, oh, Fire Emblem Three Houses, and having to see like Dimitri shit, like serial killer shit, and like this weird serial killer excusing misogyny shit that goes on in Three Houses with the whole Edelgard Dimitri thing. We talked about Edelgard and Dimitri till the cows came home at my apartment this semester. We just really a hard discussion because, frankly, I just see Dimitri as a serial killer, school shooter, Joker type character. Like, he's sad, so he kills innocent people, and then we root for him, and I just am very unsettled by him. And that's a sort of theme that you might find in an M-rated game, so that's kind of where I extend this, because Nintendo doesn't exactly make M-rated games, but it's like, why are we putting Sephiroth, who murders Aerith, in Smash? Like, I understand that this isn't the first time we've included heavily adult characters because Snake's been around so long. Snake's where it started going wrong, but again, I mean, Snake too. Why are we advertising this sort of game to children and making it look like something that they should know? Like, oh, you don't know Marth? Oh, you don't know Snake from Metal Gear Solid? You've never played Metal Gear Solid? Yeah, Joseph, I'm 9. You know, it's like, but no, seriously, I was upset. My only personal upsetness that rides on sort of like, we shouldn't have Fire Emblem characters that murder each other and date children in Mario Kart, is just sort of like the fact that they went and made like a reference to him killing Aerith, I believe, with Zelda on the ground. Like, you just, like, you know, on one hand, it's like, okay, you just had to kill Mario in order to make people get hype about this. Like, why are we killing, we've killed Mario many times already in Ultimate, but it's just like, why are we killing Mario? We love Mario. You know, that's just sort of like a symbolic thing. Like, edgy character comes in, disgraces, makes Nintendo look so, I can't believe he did that. I can't believe he just killed Mario like that. Of course, Ridley also did this, so it's not a perfect complaint. But no, my thing was the Aerith shit. Like, this dude murdered the lead woman. Like, he's not good. And this isn't as much like, oh, I'm canceling Sephiroth as a character. It's more just like, Final Fantasy VII is a really adult game. Like, that's just how it is. Persona's a really, really, really adult game. Bayonetta, I don't know as much about, except for that it's probably rated M, and has enough of an adult flavor to be like, I don't want, like, my nieces and nephews to feel pressure to go and check out Bayonetta and Final Fantasy VII Remake and, like, find out about adults murdering each other. It's just that Sephiroth is extremely fanboyish, not in a totally new way, but just very, very deeply fanboyish, and just really, really betrays the lack of interest in appealing to kids. And this becomes a less like, oh, high horse kind of thing, and more of just a pragmatic thing where I don't want Fire Emblem characters in Mario Kart because they don't have any traits, to quote Brian David Gilbert. They don't have any traits. Like, you look at Ike and it's like, oh, he looks kind of like a a man. You look at Yoshi and it's like, oh, it's a fun dinosaur. You look at Kirby and it's like, oh, it's a fun pink ball. You look at Mario and it's like, oh, he looks confident. You look at Luigi and it's like, oh, he's a quirky guy. And it's like, oh, you look at Peach and it's like, oh, she's so fun or pretty or whatever. Like, cartoon characters have broad appeal if you don't have any context for them. All of these characters that are getting so fanboyed into things like Smash, and by extent, I don't really want to get fanboyed into Mario Kart, need context to understand themselves. That's my, I think, very airtight thesis, is you need context to appreciate Lucina. I wept and bled over Lucina being added. I was so happy she was in Smash because I love her, but you can't just explain Lucina to a kid. Like, there's just more and more characters that I just don't think appeal to the actual audience of Smash, not the hardcore audience or the the fanboy, fangirl audience. I just mean, like, literally, like, kids playing this game aren't gonna gravitate to Lucina unless it's like a complicated, like, oh, I think she's cool or I think she's pretty kind of thing, which is totally great, and I like that. But it was great when there were just like look at you working. You want to destroy the snowball? Fucker! That's really funny. That's really cute. I can't believe I'm being worked against. I wonder if that's new. But no, I'm just like, there's so much dead air space in Smash Ultimate to me, where even adult, like, I played a lot of Smash with one of my high school friends, and he saw Smash 4, and he saw Ult, and he's like, wow, did you know they're adding, like, random guys? Like, stop me if I've quoted the story before, it's just very important to me. He's like, they kind of added a bunch of normal dudes to Smash. There's, like, Jim, and Ken, and Rick, Simon. It's like, dude with a normal name, and if you don't know what game they're from, it's really hard to discern what they're about and like care about them. And again, I say that as somebody who spent a lot of time being really invested in JRPGs that are like human, based, and being like, man, it'd be insane if Owain got in. But it's like, if you don't know who Owain from Fire Emblem is, he's just a guy. Like, maybe he'll say something funny and that's a trait, But like, so many of them just entirely like rely on being known in their games. Like, oh, Ike is a hero. Like, okay, yeah, I could tell he is like a king. He's like a sword. That's all that I could tell. It's no different from Marth, who's like a feminine prince, and like Chrom in this game, he's just like a sword dude. He has so few distinguishable traits from like Ike or Roy unless you know him on a contextual level and like a personal level. That's just my thing. Characters, like person characters, don't have the immediate appeal of like Yoshi, DK, Kirby, even, Meta Knight. Meta Knight's a dude with a sword, but he's also got like bat wings and like all of these cool cartoon character traits that you look at and you're like, oh, that's memorable. It's Meta Knight, he's the bat guy, he's the mask guy. What does he do? What is Lucina do that he doesn't do? I mean, she's a girl, which is great, but she doesn't have wings. I know that this is a very specific thing, and if you don't share the value, you don't share it, but it's true. If you started bloating up Mario Kart with like Xenoblade and Fire Emblem characters and Zelda characters, like, oh, you gotta have Impa, it's like, even Impa is like, if you don't know who she is, it's hard to imagine a kid being like, I want to play Impa. Like, I love her, and I think that Zelda games are actually much more accessible than a lot of these games I'm critiquing. Or contextualizing, frankly, because if you've got to the point where you think every child is going to look at Edelgard and be like, I love her, then you've lost a lot of perspective. Like, you really need to understand these characters in a personal way that a fucking racing or fighting game cannot convey. It's entirely very fanboyish fan service for people who are already invested in the series. I think I may be missing some points, but I am pretty confident about a lot of that argument. I flat out don't get how you wake up so early, Pika. Oh, there's no secret. I just go to bed early. Oh, you're serious. That's gonna be a no for me. It's like an easier way. An easier way to wake up early? I don't know. Never sleep. You're such a joke, sir. I'm already a night sheep. That's really dangerous. Sleep is important. Yeah, I too would love some mornings, but struggle at actually getting to them. It's my plight. I'm with you, Muffy. I got a lot off my chest. Thanks for coming to my venting session again. Yeah, I don't know. I think to leave it on a positive note with what I do think about RPGs, I've been having a sweet time with Super Mystery Dungeon, and I really did love Undertale and Deltarune. Like, I was just blown away with how every single thing that I did meant something to me. Like, it was so emotionally rich and short and condensed that everything meant something. I was watching Sam play it, and I was like, oh, you gotta get the spooky sword. It's funny. I've never seen a spooky sword before that improves your spookiness. Like, I just remembered that role-playing games started as a way for friends to have experiences together and tell stories together and make each other laugh. And I really think that that's perspective that I lost on the genre. So I think, to me, RPGs are truly less about, like, clunky classic mechanics and more about actually like having like a story told, because I think you can convey a more complicated story. And I think the message of Undertale is like bonus powerful, because I don't think you could really use another genre as something I talked about while we were playing. Like, I don't think you could use another genre to tell the story, because you need text and you need characters and you need decisions. You need decisions in order to like make somebody realize how fucked up it is that they choose to murder all the time in these games. Like, you're inserting yourself into a world, and like I'm less about like, oh, every life is valuable. Like, I think it's easy to rehumanize yourself, or it's generally a good thing to resensitize yourself and remember that everything you see in a video game is like, you know, represents like a living thing, sort of, or it can if you're very warm-hearted. I just think messages on player choice are really cool, because you know, there's not really much choice whether or not you kill an enemy in an action game. Like, you don't have much to do besides, like, punch the baddies and solve puzzles. But in an RPG, you kind of said you were entering this world emotionally, and then you chose to kill every enemy on Route 9 to gain a level. You know what I mean? And I think that really resonates. Like, that's really interesting to me. And I think an RPG that forgets... I think it's easy for RPGs to forget themselves if they're requiring you to spend, like, 80 minutes killing enemies someplace. Then they've forgotten that they signed you up to, like, experience emotions. This is just my take, personally. They forgot that they told you were gonna go and be the awesome princess of Dragonspoir who loves dancing and cooking marshmallows, you know? Like, why would she spend an hour killing random monsters, Square Enix, you know? It's like, it's narrative weakness if you're forcing them to do stuff that doesn't really contribute to the narrative in a game that you told me was gonna be story-based. I think that's what it is. I think when I look at Undertale, it seems like a call-out, sort of, to RPG. It's many things. It's many things many people have said, but to me, it's a call-out to RPGs, where it's like, you told me this was about connecting with Pokemon, but all I'm doing is making them fight in a dog ring. It's gameplay dissonance. Like, I'm just making them live in boxes and fight in a dog ring. And I'm not saying this in a loftier than thou way, like, oh, you shouldn't make Pokemon fight in dog rings. If you want to tell me a compelling story about making Pokemon fight in dog rings, then you're gonna have to really work to make dog rings good. But if that's your goal, you can do it. But the thing is that Pokemon did not say that they were going to make us like care about fighting animals. Fighting animals is very... Pokemon did not tell us that they were going to sign us up for a game about putting animals into boxes. They told us we were going out to make friends and explore and collect. Like in the anime, like people like Go who catch a ton have, like, you know, places to send all their Pokemon where they still exist in the universe. They hang out with their buddies at the Go Lab, I think. And that's very cool. Like, that really adds to something, because I think it's just, you gotta remember the story. You gotta remember the story and the human element. And you gotta remember when people are, like, disengaging because it's no longer about the story that they thought it was. Of course, people can play RPGs for the gameplay mechanics, but then, I don't know, then just tell a story about becoming the best or something. Or like Mystery Dungeon, tell a story about fighting dudes to get through scary places. Then you get to fight a whole bunch of dudes and it makes sense. That's how I feel. These are all really pretty. This is starting to click. Like I said, early December wasn't clicking, but this is clicking. November really clicked. November was one of my favorite times of the year. Oh, I thought I'd feel colder. I thought I would feel colder once I came out and it was snowy. I don't feel that cold. What are you doing? You look really shocked. Oh. Well, that's your show, folks. That's your show. I came out here to talk. And I came out here to raise awareness, too. I posted in the beginning what is currently happening. A cause that just got brought to my attention really tragically yesterday. The case that I discussed. Yeah, go back and look at the title card and read what I said there if you would like to help take action, which I encourage you do because it's really very easy. I'm not super sure about all cases, but yesterday I found I could do quite a lot just by having a whole lot of emails, and I think that sort of activism is very relevant. So you could go back to the beginning and look at that bit again and refresh yourself if you want to make a call or send emails or just read more about what I was talking about. That would mean a lot. It would mean a lot. Not to me, but to the people most affected, for sure. Very serious. And yeah, that is a wrap. That is a whole wrap. All right. See you all. My debut Layla video. Happy holidays if I don't see you again before the holidays happen. We're already begun Hanukkah. Enjoy. I'm gonna make this real quick probably. Peace.